Imagine if you woke up and you could no longer not only talk to the people around you, but you couldn't hear or understand what they were saying. Something as simple as calling to make a doctor's appointment because you don't feel good, you can't do that. And most of them don't have texting services. And you have to be established with that doctor to use a portal, so that's not even an option. Something catches on fire in your apartment while you're sleeping. If you don't have that vibration plate underneath your bed to wake you up, you're going to have no idea because you won't hear the chirps. You're crossing a street, you or I could hear a loud vehicle coming and you could tell it was going fast. She wouldn't be able to hear that. And while there are some programs in place because of how small the population we have, those services aren't really available here. When I first met Shawna, we met at her house, and when I introduced myself signing, she got very excited, immediately began signing back to me, and then when her rep payee got there from Perry Human Services, she was able to ask questions that she had been having a hard time. Shawna is dyslexic, and the only way they've been able to communicate with her has been through text message. So while she picks up on some words, other words just jumble around, so she wasn't understanding that she could ask for things. Once we know the community that they have, we kind of tend to branch outward. Unfortunately, with Shawna, she didn't have that community. So we've been working to build that. She's expressed interest in going out more, doing things. She loves when we meet over lunch. She didn't have a doorbell. There's just a sign taped to her door that says you have to text. We started with the basics, which was healthcare and her basic needs being met. We now have her established with doctors. I got to take her earlier this week to get fitted for her hearing aids. So she'll get those next week. And we have started services with OVR. She wants to be able to work, which is such a huge thing for her because living on disability, you're living in poverty. She's applied for housing in any place we can really get her into right now. We're also working with the landlord so that he is aware that things are in disrepair and they do need fixed. We have started with some household goods, plates, forks, cups, spoons, bowls, things like that. So she has the ability to cook. And we've also worked through better food choices. So little improvements. She'll have her fire alarms, she'll have her doorbell, and somebody will be in next week to redo the flooring and stuff. So getting to see her get to do more things and interact with people around her and learn to use tools that she has to do things. We're getting her set up with something called a purple phone, so she'll be able to call and make her own doctor's appointments, even if I'm not there. So near future, the goals are getting her a job and getting her connected to the outside community. And then long term is self-sufficiency. She's been very dependent on the very few people she's had around her up until this point. And I would love to get to see her kind of come into her own and get to make her own choices and have more of a life outside of her house.